Hi everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today we have a fun art project from Tasha Rayner, an art teacher from North Carolina. Hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
Hi, my name is Ms. Tasha Rayner and I am a teacher in Wilmington, North Carolina at New Hanover High School. It's a project involving photography and making our photos pop. In a project I do with my kids called 3D photography. We're going to take a photograph of our choice and we're going to make them three-dimensional. So if you see on your screen, I've kind of got a sample here with a picture of where I'm from in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is our riverfront. And you see there are different levels of dimensions in the photograph. So I'm going to explain how to look for those dimensions, how to cut them up, apply them to your cardboard or foam board at home, and put them together into a 3D composition. For this project, you're going to need several printouts of the photo of your choosing. They can be colored or black and white. You're going to need scrap cardboard, or if you would like, you can go purchase foam core board from the store. It just kind of depends on what you have available, but the cheapest option would be cardboard. Anything you get shipped from somewhere, you can just use that box for this project. You will need a cutting mat or a nice layer of something on your table that's going to protect your table. So you can layer a bunch of newspapers underneath. You can go outside. You can also use extra cardboard under you and cut onto the cardboard. That's going to be your scrap cardboard that you will not use at all. You'll need a box cutter or X-Acto knife. For this project, since we're using cardboard and foam core, it might be easiest to use a box cutter. You're going to want to be super careful with box cutter. If you are in middle school or elementary school, I would definitely suggest having parental supervision or even have your parents do this portion for you. So be extra careful when you're using a box cutter. You're going to need Mod Podge, or you can use regular glue or Elmer's glue. I like to use Mod Podge because it gives, especially if you've got that gloss Mod Podge, it gives a nice gloss to the photo itself. So Mod Podge and or regular glue. You will need a cup and brush to apply your glue onto your photo. If you're not worried about your brush, I would suggest getting a brush that's cheaper that you're gonna throw away anyways. Otherwise, you're gonna have to really carefully clean your brush after using your brush with the Mod Podge, because again, it is an adhesive, so it's going to mess up your bristles if you don't fully clean out your brush. So step one of this project is knowing what layers you have as far as dimensions in your photo. So again, in the beginning, I said you're gonna need a few cutouts of your actual photo. So I have 8 cutouts of my photo, and I know I'm not going to cut out 8 different dimensions for this photo. I probably could, because I've got a bunch of small dimensions I could ultimately cut out, but I'm gonna break down the levels as far as what you guys see at home and what I'm going to cut out here
with my example of my photo. So this is a photo of the Bellamy Mansion, which is a museum here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And this is just gonna be a scrap sheet of paper I'm gonna work with. So I know this fountain here is what stands out first to me. So I'm gonna circle this with a nice bold orange colored pencil so I can see it on the printout itself. I'm gonna say this is my level 1. That's the first level that is the closest to me as far as space as an element of art. So level 1 is the fountain closest thing to me. The furthest thing away, and we can't see it on the edge of this paper, but I'm gonna line up my ruler from the sides, is our background, is the sky. So all of the sky back here is gonna be our last level. So instead of saying level 3, level 4, or level 5, because I'm not sure how many levels I'm gonna have yet, I'm gonna just label it the last level. And your last level is going to be the entire cutout of your picture. You're not going to necessarily just cut out the sky and it be your level, because you're going to see in a few minutes how we're going to glue these levels on top of each other. So your last level is going to be the entire picture that we're going to cut out. So now that we've got our foremost level and our furthest level, we've got to find the in-between levels. So to make this project super easy on video, I'm going to choose just 2 other levels to cut out in this project. And you may or may not want to get other colored pencils to help you kind of determine those levels. But again, level 1, closest, furthest level is back here. I'm going to say the trees in front of the house are going to be level 2. So I'm going to circle around the trees, the bushes, back to this tree. We're going to have to go around the fountain again, and then go around these trees, and then go all the way down. So level 2, and this is kind of like a math equation, is going to be the fountain and the trees. So when we cut out level 2, we've got to cut out the trees. When we get to the fountain, we got to cut with the fountain as well. Cut this tree out. When it comes back down here, we got to cut out the fountain again. We've got this little bush here, so we're going to cut out that bush with level 2. It comes right here to the fountain. We will also have to cut here because we're adding level 1 and level 2 together here. So we'll cut along the fountain and then cut along these trees for level 2, and then go all the way down to the bottom. Level 3, because again, to make this project easier, I'm just going to do 4 levels. We've got 1, 2, I'm going to say the house and that tree right on the edge of its roof is going to be level 3. So for level 3, again, just like a math equation, we're going to have 1 plus 2 plus 3. We're going to cut along the house and tree and the roof up here with the little chimneys. And then we're going to cut along our level 2 as well. So whatever we cut previously for level 2, we're going to add level 3 to that cut. And once you see me cutting this is gonna all make sense when I'm talking about a math equation. So this is level 3. The trees are level 2. So that's what I'm seeing as far as dimensions in my 3D photography. So now let's go ahead and show you the next steps for actually gluing down our photos.